Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining Float's Project Power Up Masterclass. Now, that's a tongue twister, so give that one a try. My name is Emily, and over the next 15 minutes, we're going to talk about different ways that you can set up projects with phases, budgets, and more. We'll focus the conversation primarily around walking through project fields in detail, setting budgets, using phases, which are an optional feature, and reviewing the project-specific report. So let's jump right into our Manage tab. Now, remember your Manage tab essentially works as a database for all your people and your projects. For the sake of today, we're going to jump into our templates. And I'm going to pull up a pre-existing template. Let's talk about the fields here. The client. The clients can be added via the project menu or from the Clients tab within your team settings. The color. To set a custom color, select the color menu and enter a hex code at the top. Notes. The character limits for both projects and task notes is 1,500 characters. You can type @mentions, like so, followed by the person's name, and they will receive a notification via email, Slack, or mobile push, depending on their unique settings. Tags are a great way to identify and track important project information in Float. You can filter any page by a project tag. To create a new tag, just simply type the name into the tags field within the project menu or select from the drop-down that populates. Tentative tasks display as a color outline on the schedule to clarify that they haven't yet been confirmed. To have both billable and non-billable tasks within a project, set the project to billable, and from the tasks, set them individually to non-billable. The budget below, we have 4 options, and if you're using phases, you have some additional options there. Non-billable tasks do not count against your project budget. Adjusting your team's rates for specific projects will not impact their rates on their projects. While you don't have to fill in all the fields, do note that leaving the project name blank or the client name blank will result in an untitled project or a project listed as no client in the task menu. Now let's look at our project team. The Team tab displays every person who's a part of the project. To assign a team member, add people individually or select all from a specific department. The project owner is essentially the person who has authority over the entire project. The project owner must have assigned access rights. Let's jump over to milestones. The milestone tab is where you can add new milestones or manage your existing ones. Milestones are great for tracking important events within a project's lifecycle. For example, kickoff. Client on site. Jumping over to the task tab houses all of your project tasks. You can add new tasks to this list before assigning them to your team, or simply add them directly to the schedule. Any task assigned to a team member is automatically added to the list. Now, because we initially set up this project as non-billable, these tasks were by default billable. However, I can now set them to billable. You can also set individual tasks within a billable project as non-billable. You can merge 2 or more tasks to consolidate them and lock the task to ensure your team is only scheduling and logging tasks for the approved list. Locking the project list here applies to all of the project phases as well. This little dot adjacent to the name of the task will turn green once it's been scheduled within your schedule or project plan. Now we've got projects in our system and it's time to jump to our project plan. Select the project plan from the schedule dropdown if you're not already there. Now the project plan view enables a Gantt chart style view of your team's projects that make planning and editing a breeze. Your projects appear on the left-hand side with their current budget. And your team and their tasks appear directly below. You can make changes to an individual project by clicking the menu icon that appears while hovering over it. Likewise, hovering over an individual team member offers a new additional set of options. Oops. Now you may be noticing, just move myself over, you may notice some lines here on my project plan. Now what these are reflective of are phases. Project phases are optional, but they help you plan and track your projects more efficiently by breaking them down into smaller, more manageable parts. You can search by project phase by using your filter, track project budgets by phase, and even move all of a project's phase tasks at the same time if a deadline shifts. When you add phases, you can track project budgets by phase. So if I just navigate to this project here and I want to edit it, you can now see that I have more options because I do have a phase assigned to this project. So you can set budgets as well as by using fee by phase or hours by phase. Scrolling down, there's different ways why clients may use phases. It could be to capture all of the out-of-budget expenses. It could be to prioritize tasks within an overarching project. It could be to break up the project in more digestible or manageable pieces. Alternatively, some clients set a repeating monthly retainer for a project by creating a new phase each month. Then they use the hours by phase or fee by phase to have unique budgets. Phases and their budgets are displayed on the chart in the project view of your reports and the table beneath. To add a phase, you have two options. Let's look at this Facebook branding project. You can simply navigate to the little drop-down adjacent to the name and press Add a Phase. The window is very similar to that of a project profile window, so we can call this Scoping Phase. We're going to set the dates from the 1st to the 31st of March. I'll select a color, and I'm going to add some notes. This will be a billable phase, but I'm going to mark it as tentative because I do need my colleague Brittany's assistance. I'll set my total hours and create that phase. Now, if I want to change my budget, perhaps instead of hours by phase or fee by phase, I can update that project and set a micro budget within here exclusive to that phase. Now, when I jump over to my team, you can see that their default rates automatically populate. Now, your team may change phase by phase, or your team may stay the same throughout the entire project. Now, other things that may change phase by phase are people's rates. So Amber may have a unique rate for this specific phase. I am going to cleanse some of the team on this phase because they're not necessary here. And I'm going to add a unique milestone. You can go ahead and add any tasks that you want, or you can create them as you go. So we'll go ahead and update that phase. If I just pop in a few dummy tasks here, you can see that I'm getting some real-time updates on my budget. Now what I want to show is that phases also work as a group dependency. So if I do have to push out this phase simply by dragging and dropping, everything that I've scheduled will automatically move on that dependency. Alternatively, I could go ahead and shift timeline if I had multiple phases with open tasks assigned. The next thing to know about projects is jumping to project-specific reports. So you can always shortcut directly from your Manage tab, or you can navigate back to your project plan and jump again to that project-specific report. Now we'll showcase the data again exclusive to that project based on the dates that you've set from the start to the end of that project. So when you first start scheduling something to the last time you started scheduling something. We'll break up the project based on those phases if you are using them. Alternatively, we'll start on the tasks. Then you can see your respective team as well, alongside everything they've been assigned to and how their rate is affecting that budget in real time. Now we're just looking at scheduled data, but take a look at our reporting video to learn how you can use these other suites of reports to really help make business decisions. So if you have any more questions on projects, please don't hesitate to reach out. And I hope that this session was helpful. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.